Hello, dear friends. You are at show Shalom from Aleph Tree. I'm your host, Galina Kuptsova. And my guest, my best teacher, my best husband, Serge Kuptsov. Hi, Serge. How are you?
Hello, my dear.
Let's do the part two. We continue to talk about Ephraim and Manasseh.
Yeah. Okay, we stopped that Israel, which is Jacob, they went to Egypt. Okay, Egypt. And they came to Beersheba for direction, everything like this. And God told them, this and this, I'm coming with you, I'm going, I will be there with you, I will make a great nation, and I will take you back.
Yes.
Look, but what we're missing of today thinking, there was already a reunion of Israel.
Yeah.
His sons, his tribes, yeah, with Joseph, his son, prototype of Yeshua.
Yep.
Where is Yeshua? Today, Yeshua in, we can call United States of America or Africa or Europe, Yeshua in Edom.
In prison, actually.
You know, yes, in Edom,
yes.
in the we can call Egypt, or the more biblical would say in Edom. And there is going to be a reunion.
Yes.
Not reunion Israel with church, but reunion with Joseph. Whereas Jacob will say that there is my son, and one tribe of actually getting on a 2, not 12 to 13 right now. And he chose Ephraim, and Ephraim never came with a fulfilled New Testament. You know, and Jesus fulfilled everything. Ephraim is a Manasseh, the son of Israel. There cannot be, we can call Jewish people to our church. What a nonsense. People,
yes.
Only people who have no idea what Bible said, they can say that, you know. There is a world, Goyim we call, because of the Gentiles is the 10 tribes which lost. Goyim coming on the side of Israel. That 12 tribes, on the side of another, there is a world where is a church, where is a Muslims, where is a Catholic, where is a Buddha, where is a bikers, where is whatever. Well, they in this place. And coming through the Ephraim to the family of 12 tribes, you have standards and rules. For what? Salvation? No, you're coming not for salvation. You're coming to build the kingdom of Israel, 12 tribes.
Yeah.
There is no church, nothing else in between, whatever, like the connector or basket, whatever, you know? Now we see Yeshua coming back to Israel.
Yes.
That means, please read what is that Isaiah 63, all the more or less bright scholars saying that Yeshua getting out of this world where he is now in churches world, whatever, and coming back to Israel. Jacob understood in Egypt, I think, that it's not for one generation. It's for many generations ahead. He understood the God's plan, you know, big, huge God's plan for, and that's why he's saying Ephraim will be greater than Manasseh, you know. It doesn't make Manasseh less. Manasseh has a different role in this
different task, yeah.
Different task, yes. Ephraim, if we can say, that's son, Hebrew, not a church, son, Hebrew, yeah? If he's Hebrew, that's a Shabbat, that's Torah, that's a biblical calendar. That's it. Again, we see that he's a second, become a first, yeah. and Cain and Abel, Jacob
Jacob.
himself, Ephraim, Manasseh, we can see many interesting things. David was found somewhere.
Yeah. So do you have another son? Oh, yeah. Somewhere.
Ephraim, it's a totally Hebrew tribe. It's never church. Ephraim is a totally Hebrew tribe. People saying, oh, the day church was getting grafted, which is not a word, joined to the Ephraim when Ephraim was disappeared after they've been kicked out, northern kingdom.
It's the first kings. Book of
They
First
kick out
Kings,
from the covenant, which is mean becoming dead, zero for God. You know, with no identification, with no obligation, with no rights, with no nothing, you know. Whatever you're saying, you are joining Ephraim when Ephraim was spread out of covenant. First of all, Assyrian, they did everything actually they called 10 tribes as Ephraim as well. Not the only northern house of Israel, but Ephraim. And they did everything Assyrians. So identification of those 10 tribes would be lost and disappeared. First of all, I do not know how church can find and join. We are, there was no church at that time, but they are based on ethnical kind of things. Well, we join Ephraim, and now we Ephraim coming back to Ephraim as a son. When Yeshua, God decided to forgive 10 tribes, He's forgiving His family.
Yeah.
His family, chosen family, you know. He forgiving they getting born again and getting their rights back, identification back.
Yes.
When they've been lost for so many years, about 1,000 years, 7, 8 years, 800 years,
800.
I think, you cannot be identified like Ephraim, whatever, you know. Say, we join, we mix together because of geographical things with some. Only Holy Spirit, only God knows where and how. He calls 10 tribes back how He knows.
Yes.
Not like you know that, you know, like you fantasizing this thing.
Yeah.
Yes, He called Ephraim with all the where they are, they melt, whatever, you know, and we can spend 3, 4, 5 hours to talk about only this situation, dead lost tribes. And God called them back through the forgiveness, through the cross and the shedding blood of Yeshua. Okay? Our point today, to prove you that church is not Ephraim. The people who been kicked out as Ephraim, 10 tribes, kicked out from the covenant because they didn't kept Shabbat, one of the basics.
Basics,
identification. And the calendar. Calendar. There's a Purim was, not a Patrick Day.
Yep.
You know, calendar. God kicked out them. And through the Assyrians.
And of course, the start to worship idols, the Ashtoreth.
That's the very good you kept. The alternative worship. Say, okay?
Because it's still looking to worship something.
Let me finish this. Alternative worship. And God kicked them out because they didn't keep Shabbat. They didn't keep calendar. They didn't keep kosher food. And you saying God taking back church or representative church into the covenant who are not keeping Shabbat,
not keeping kosher food, eating ham for Easter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whole churches gathering together.
Another thing's very important, Galina brought to the table. That's an alternative worship. Ephraim, 10 tribes, they start to do alternative worship. They build their buildings to worship, not going to south, to Jerusalem.
Yep.
Alternative worship we call Christianity, Buddhism, Krishna, whatever, because people saying, oh, there is many ways to one God. That's alternative worship.
Yeah.
Alternative worship is a really irritated God, you know, and he kicked out his own 10 tribes. 10 tribes and 2 adopted, yeah?
Yep.
2 adopted. And they've been kicked out. And now you're telling me that he's taking back and giving your new covenant, this church a new covenant. We're saying church has no covenant at all and never been under any
because
covenant.
they never promised.
And you're saying
this covenant never promised to the church. He said, I'll give you new covenant to the house of Israel and house of Judah.
And to those who are not keeping Shabbat, who are not having kosher food, who are not studying Torah because it's complicated. The reason they're not studying Torah and dismissed prophets, because it's complicated. Easier listening some idiotic prophetic things like Lance, whatever. These guys who has no idea what the Bible said. They're religious clowns. And I can answer for that because they never will come here and sitting and reading, you know, and the reading with Hebrew teachers next to us.
Yes, yeah.
They can say to those who are totally uneducated religiously, oh, I have a Red Moon book, or I have this Blood Moon, or I'm saying Trump will be president or not will be president, you know. And there is the things, alternative worship. We are in danger. Look, we in the United States, we have a prophecy today. In the United States of America, listen carefully, we're in danger because the Israel, 10 tribes, northern, they go somewhere 300 years. You know, 300 years. They left Judah only because of high taxes. They never said we're going to change the alternative worship will make. The only taxes, you know. People from Europe came to America to build a new Israel, you know, a new Israel, New Jerusalem from oppression, from new taxes and everything. Even in Boston 200 years ago, you can get into prison if you're not keeping Shabbat. Did you know that?
Even the Plymouth Plantation. Remember I took our granddaughter? They're making
why
Shabbat.
They call Bean Town? Because they were making bean for the Shabbat, the Shabbat and Sunday. There was a law.
There's a law.
And the alternative, we're talking about 300 years. We took alternative. We came here. We say 300 years. First people, and as a state, we will go to 50. We were talking not the first comer, but a state to 50. And now 300 years, coming closer. Alternative worship, this corrupted Christianity thing, because there is so many denominations, so many things, they excluded one another, they hate one another, but they're so hypocritical, they love.
There's so many bylaws,
they say
regulations.
we love one another, but it's not because we can see this, you know. And the evangelicals change even basic in the Bible. They have a King Trump who rules evangelical, well, become evangelical king, whatever. You know, that's we're talking of Jeroboam. Because evangelicals loves to talk about Bible, how everything, who is who. That's what I'm saying now. And alternative worship with your own evangelicals king. You know, coming to the end because God hated, because you came here first to build Israel.
Yes.
A few things that didn't work out to have a Hebrew language in that land, you know. And now you turn your back way you have your own things. You do not even keeping words and everything. Now 50 years, 50 years. We're thinking that in 50 years there will be lots of calamities, a lot of troubles, a lot of things will be here until people of the United States of America will come back to the roots, to the Ephraim as a son of Jacob, to keep Shabbat, to keep calendar, to keep biblical holidays, everything. There is a chances, but we are so happy. Everyone is, like Lance prophetic, or the girl who is in evangelical. I don't know. Okay, that's absolutely people who saying those things. Evangelicals, they have no slightest idea. For them, gospel is salvation. Read New Testament, if you can read. That is a kingdom. That's to build 12 tribes, tabernacle, and to build commonwealth of Israel in Ephesians 2. There is no church. It's a kingdom. There is no, in commonwealth of Israel you will have a salvation. It's secondary. Do not put, like, everyone, they can say, I put Ephraim first instead of Manasseh.
Yeah.
It's a secondary.
Because, to try to make everything simple, easy, you get saved, you can be in heaven,
No, just
can't wait.
It's a serious stuff. No,
every story make, so simple, like a children's story. Remember we talk about the book of Esther, or some story about the Noah. Children's story. No going deeper.
Ezekiel 37. The prophecy. There is no church. Prophecy. Judah. 10 tribes of Israel. Which will be, bones will be resurrected bones.
Become alive.
And 10 tribes will be found by God and bringing back, because God promised it. God promised me. You know what? God promised to restore, to give a rights, to give a recognition again, and build Yeshua. We should restore the temple, or we're killing the temple. We should restore 12 tribes kingdom on this planet Earth. Yes, evangelical, they're about to go to heaven. So that's your choice. We will be restoring, because who will inherit
the land?
The land, Who is meek? But we're saying the land will be inherited. Those who building commonwealth of Israel.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Do you know what I learned something? From Hebrew, the word meek. Actually, the roots of this word, the self-control. No losing temper, and everything, will be just nice and calm, and order from God.
Yes.
Because if we not follow the order, we'll be just in chaos.
Absolutely. And say something.
I tried, yes, we built so many denominations, we're so creative. This is why the Baptists didn't talk to Pentecostal didn't talk to Baptists, the Baptists they never talk to Catholic. Do you know all the mess, and everyone, they feel the king in their own kingdom.
Yeah. Okay, we forgot to talk about Manasseh. Manasseh, interesting. Manasseh, geographical location. Manasseh was half of Manasseh was in the world, the geographical things. And the half was over the Jordan, where Israel. What did that say? Manasseh is I would say like a embassy. Like invitation things, to the Israel. Manasseh has absolutely contacts with the world because of half of Manasseh and the protection of Israel before the Jordan. That's Manasseh doing all the commitments, all the kind of. You can see western side and eastern side. You can think about this and ask God what does that mean, But for us, as we study, we're more and more thinking that before the Jordan, Manasseh staying as a protection of Israel, and the same time promotion of Israel
Yes,
in
yeah.
western side, you know,
Yeah.
and if we say Joseph was a second in the world, that we can say in Joseph, Manasseh is a Joseph. They will be always successful in the world.
Yes.
All the Jewish people in Joseph,
Because
you
they
know,
have this muzzle, you know, the
that's
favor
right.
from
They
God.
all will be successful,
They have
you
a
know.
favor.
Yes, and Hebrew are not so greedy. If we say from the Jordan side, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
they promoting and they give it through the Manasseh to the world everything they have.
That's
you
right.
know, they're accepting everyone who wanted to be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't need a state of liberty. They have a Manasseh. They
Yes.
accept everyone. You know.
Yes.
When people do not know what is to be chosen, it's a huge responsibility.
Yes.
Chosen, it's a huge responsibility before God. And God rather punished Hebrew nation.
His chosen.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they do not do what according they
Yep.
said at the mountain of Zion. We will do whatever you
Sinai.
say. Yeah, and there is a things like. God still at work. He is building Israel. Because he sent the messenger in Malachi. Malachi 3. Well, 3, because Malachi only they read about tithes, you know.
Yeah. Test
All
me,
about money.
Test
yeah.
me, test
Church,
me.
yeah, test me. But
Give me-
there is a
Yeah.
messenger coming, yeah,
Yes.
with a kingdom. And whatever Yeshua sending his disciples, he's saying, go and say about kingdom. I never read the Yeshua said, talk them about salvation. Yeah, there is a lot of things we're talking about salvation. In salvation, what we mean. I have a lock in my house, yeah, and I get into the house, I look, I'm saved. That's salvation within 12 tribes.
Yeah, my messenger, and he will clear the way before me. And the Lord who I'm sick will suddenly
Yes.
come in the temple. And the messenger of the covenant, whom delight, behold, he is coming. The messengers. Yep.
Yes, and Manasseh, look, it's another formula, the one thing. There is a Israel. There is Manasseh with Ephraim, like a bridge, staying. And there is a world where is a Muslim people, Greek people, church people, evangelicals with alternative worshippers, yeah. The Buddha people who at this world.
Yep.
Everyone invited to come through the Manasseh and Ephraim too. It's a bridge.
Yeah.
There is no church as a bridge. There is no church as a something in between. There is only Israel, Manasseh, Ephraim, who invite you to come and join 12 tribes, not for salvation. First, take a shovel to build new nation of Israel, Commonwealth of Israel, where the people will have a double identity through the Manasseh, double, but they are equal because what Jacob promised he kept. We can see through the Joshua who came to the Jordan and brought them to the another thing. Okay.
Do you know the people? It's always confusing. You know, when it's Israel, the Jacob, because you know he has a name Israel. When reading, said, "Oh, okay, this is Israel. This is Jacob. Who is the Israel?"
Israel was only under David and the Solomon.
No, yes. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, dear viewers, for your phone calls, for your emails. Please continue. Continue. Be engrafted.
Don't go to the wrong places. Don't waste your time.
Follow, the biblical calendar. And, of course, worship on Shabbat. Goodbye.